Guys, I'm back, and oh my gosh, wasn't Raw just like awful this week? Seriously, I was hoping it was going to be like a good show, because I knew like The Rock was going to respond. I wasn't sure that he was actually going to be there, but I thought, oh, it'd be good anyway, and you know. But no, Raw was really like awful. I just thought it was really boring. Like The Rock, you know, obviously we knew he was going to say yes anyway. That was just like obvious. But I didn't even find his like promo like really dull. Like I was expecting it to be a lot better because it's like The Rock, but I thought, oh, he just went on, and it just really wasn't very interesting. So that was kind of a letdown, so I'm hoping that, you know, once The Rock is actually back and he does, like, better promos and stuff, because that was, like, really boring. But never mind. I have a feeling this is going to be, like, quite a negative review, so sorry. By the way, hello, guys. I kind of, like, you know, went straight into, like, that little rant, so I haven't even had a chance to properly, like, introduce the video. I have, like, a sore throat today, so if I sound a bit weird, then that's probably why. And, yeah, just, I have to say something. I get so many comments from people saying, slow down, you talk too fast, I can't understand you. I honestly can't talk slower, because like if I try to talk slower, I feel like I sound like I'm really stupid, because I feel like I'm talking really slow. And like the only way that I can slow down is if I talk really slow, and then I sound really stupid. So yeah, I'm really sorry, and if you can't understand me, but a lot of people do. I have like loads of subscribers who can understand me, so it's only like the small majority of people that can't. So I'm really sorry. So anyway, to continue with like the Raw review. This is going to be a weird video, guys. CM Punk faced Mark Henry, and this is the thing that, right, they've obviously, like, you know, lately, sorry, I'm going to keep, like, going off on, like, tangents, but obviously they seem to involve, like, a lot more to do with, like, the internet now. Like, obviously, they go on about, like, Twitter all the time, and they tell you, like, what's currently trending, and, like, you know, stuff. And I think, do people really care that much? Like, when I'm watching wrestling, you know I don't watch it live, so obviously, like, most of the time I wouldn't like put stuff up, you know, it's very rare that I'll watch a show and like put stuff on Facebook or whatever, like, you know, as I'm watching it, because it doesn't happen very much. But do people really sit and tweet while they're watching wrestling? I really wouldn't. I'd be focused on watching, you know, the actual show. So to actually sit there and like write something on there, like after every match, and you know, to like actually look and see what people are saying during the show, doesn't that kind of like defeat the whole point of watching wrestling? I have no idea. So when they go on like, oh, currently trending right now is Air Boom and Mark Henry's World's Strongest Slam, I think, do we really actually care about that? Because I certainly don't. But that was a little random thing. And then to go on to what I was actually meant to be saying before the whole Twitter thing, obviously, CM Punk faced Mark Henry, and apparently, John Law and I had been on WWE.com or something that, yeah, if Punk beat Mark Henry, then he'd get his title shot. But like, I don't look at things. I don't look at wrestling websites. So I'm like not going to know that. So why do they put things like on the internet beforehand? Isn't it, you know, better just to kind of save it for the show? You know, I mean, fair enough, because it might get people like interested in watching it. But for people like dumb people like me that don't, you know, actually go on like all these like wrestling sites and actually look just see what's happening, then you know it's a bit like, oh, well, they've already announced it. That doesn't make it that like surprising. But whatever, that's just my point of view. I think they, you know, should just leave. They shouldn't put like broadcast everything that they're going to do on the internet beforehand, because it really doesn't make it that interesting then when things actually happen. That's my little rant. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to talk about other stuff at the end of the, you know, Raw review, but I'll just get on with this anyway. So CM Punk faced Mark Henry, but obviously Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez were on the outside, like, well, they came down like halfway through the match, and obviously Alberto didn't want Punk to win, so he sent Rodriguez in there to attack Mark Henry to get Punk disqualified so that he won't get a title shot, which I thought was quite clever and funny. Like, you know, there's not very often that they kind of do that, and just the fact that, you know, he couldn't get Mark Henry to stay down, so he just started hitting him with his shoe. I was like, what? That was hilarious. But then, after the match, obviously Punk, you know, attacked Del Rio and then threw Rodriguez in the ring to Mark Henry, so Mark Henry hit him with World's Strongest Slam. So that was quite funny. That was good. That was an alright start. But obviously, Raw was like special guest hosted by the Muppets. Some of it was funny, but like, this is probably make me sound like a weirdo. I have never ever seen the Muppets, like anything that the Muppets have done in my whole life. I've never seen any of their films. I've never seen them. I knew who Kermit and Miss Piggy were, but the other ones, I had absolutely no idea who they were. I'd never seen them before. So now you're probably all going to be like, oh my gosh, you're a complete freak, because everybody's seen the Muppets, but I haven't. So, you know. So yeah, some of it was okay. It was a bit like awkward. Like the stuff that they did backstage with it was fine. When Sheamus was interacting with the ginger one, I don't know what it's called, that was funny, just because, you know, it's backstage. But when they were on the stage, like Miss Piggy and with like Jack Swagger, everything having Jack Swagger in it just, you know, was really weird. That bit was a bit like not really very funny. But obviously it was funny when he said that Vicky was Jack Swagger's mother. That was, but you know, the rest of it was a bit like awkward. I don't know what you guys thought. I've seen like some people on like my wrestling forum, my god, they said that they thought that the Muppets were the only good thing about the whole show. So obviously everyone else must have liked it, but I just found some of the bits were a bit awkward. Anyway, so there was a Divas Halloween Battle Royal. That was all. It was terrible. I mean, I think it was really terrible. And Eve won. And yeah, that's all you kind of need to know. So, Then Air Boom faced Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett. There's a nice spot. Evan Bourne went for a Hurricane Rana, but Wade countered it into go into the wasteland, but then Evan recountered that into DDT, which I thought was like a nice spot. But then Evan Bourne goes up to the top rope, but Wade like grabs him and hits the wasteland for the win. So obviously Wade and Cody get a win. And then Christian just randomly runs out and like, you know, starts like attacking Air Boom, and it's like, what are you doing? You're not even like involved in this feud. But then Sheamus comes out to make the save, and then Brogue kicks Cody. So that is that. Apparently I've heard that Evan Bourne has been like suspended for violating the wellness policy. I can't imagine Evan Bourne doing that. He doesn't seem the type. But, you know, I don't know what it's for, obviously, but, you know, weird. I just thought I'd, like, you know, throw that in there. So we had Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show, and I was like, oh, yawn. So I fast-forwarded this match. I don't know if it was good or not, but, you know. But I like the ending of the fact that, you know, like, kind of Del Rio went to do his, like, you know, when he runs up, when an opponent's in the corner, and he goes to do his, like running, like, runs up and does the kick to their head. But, like, Big Show just went pow, and, like, you know, punched him. Literally just, like, went wham and, like, knocked him, like, flying back to get the win. So that was quite funny. But then CM Punk came out after the match, and, you know, he says, oh, you're going to, like, you know, say yes to my question, Alberto, you know, I'm going to put you in the Anaconda Vice until you say yes to the match at Survivor Series. So he does indeed put Alberto in the Anaconda Vice, and Alberto says yes, you can have the match. Why does CM Punk's mic, I don't know if it was deliberate or not, this one, that his mic like wasn't working. It seemed a bit weird, you know, because it wasn't like he was doing a whole pipe bomb thing. But his mic wouldn't work, so he had to go and get another one. I don't know if he just had, like, you know, major technical difficulty or whatever. But anyway, so that means that it'll definitely be Punk versus Alberto at Survivor Series. So then it was Jack Swagger versus Santino Marella. Averagey kind of match, you know. But then like earlier in the show, like the two of the Muppets had, like, you know, the professor one or whatever he was making this like blue like potion stuff to give to Santino for an energy drink. So then during the match, like, Santino's like, you know, like got his face like outside, just outside the ring, and then the Muppet appears and like gives him the drink, but it's so disgusting that he spits it in Swagger's face and gets the roll up for the win. So Muppet interference. But there we go. And then it's Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler, and Zack Ryder wins. Well, Zack doesn't win. He pins Ziggler, but Ziggler splits on the rope. So the referee kind of, you know, cancels his decision, because he counts to 3, and then he says he changes his mind. But then Dolph goes to the zigzag, but Ryder counters it and gets the win with the Rough Rider. So yeah, so, you know, Ziggler's in this like really awesome match on SmackDown with like Orton, and like only just gets beaten, but then he like loses to like Zack Ryder on Raw fairly easily. That kind of doesn't make sense. So I don't know whether, like, you know, a lot of people said that Zack's going to become the US champion soon. Don't know what's going to happen with that, because obviously while Dolph is US champion, he's not really going to like move up into the kind of like the main event scene. But, you know, we'll see what happens anyway. So then Michael Cole gets up and says, you know, that JR isn't here, so he's going to do the challenge next week, and starts like making fun of him because of all the different surgeries that he's had. And that's just really lame. I don't know. It's just awful. They need to end this, because anytime Michael Cole like gets into like a feud with someone, it's just really lame and stupid. So he needs to stop. And then we had the main event, which was The Miz versus John Cena. I have to admit, I skipped this match because I was just like, I can't be bothered. It was in such like a, you know, pretty dull Raw that I like skipped it. And so a guy in the crowd, who turns out to be R-Truth, who's wearing like a mask, obviously it's Halloween, attacks Cena. But then Miz goes for the skull-crushing finale, but Cena counters it and turns it into the STF. So Miz taps, and then obviously R-Truth runs into the ring, but Cena hits him with the attitude adjustment. And that is how Raw finishes. So that was pretty much that. Not really a very interesting Raw to report, to be honest. So I'm hoping that before, like, you know, in the next couple of weeks before Survivor Series. Oh no, Survivor Series is actually only, like, you know, just over 2 weeks away. I thought it was longer build, but obviously not. So yeah, that was that. The other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, right? Because obviously, like I told you guys before, like, I'm not really what you call a member of the YWC, to be honest. Obviously, I do wrestling videos, but I don't, like, you know, get like involved in stuff. But I was watching a video because I watch. To be honest, I don't watch. I admit I'm terrible. I do videos, but I don't really watch a lot of people's actual videos. I'm subscribed to them, but I'll only like watch them if, you know, if they're talking about something that I'm interested in. Because, like, I'm not being funny, but I see some people who I'm subscribed to. They do like 3 or 4 videos a day, and I'm like, how can you have so much to talk about? And to be honest, I really can't be bothered to watch that many videos by the same person, you know, in such a short space of time. That probably sounds really horrible. I don't want to lose any subscribers over this, but I just think, you know, you must have a lot of time in your hands to be able to do that many videos a day, because I mean, I do like, you know, 2 a week, and sometimes I think, oh, I don't know if I've got enough time, because, you know, by the time I've like done this video, then I've got, you know, obviously convert it and like edit it, and by the time it's all uploaded, and it takes such a long time, and obviously because I work full time as well. I know some people, obviously, if you don't have jobs, that's unfortunate for you, but, you know, because I've got like a job as well, I just don't find the time. So I think, when you do like, you know, 3 or 4 videos a day, is that really necessary? It makes me not want to watch any of the videos, to be honest, because I just think, you know, and sometimes the topics that people talk about aren't all that interesting. And this is not saying that I think I am, because to be honest, I really don't find myself that interesting. But I've kind of like gone off on a tangent now. So as I was saying, I was watching a video earlier by Rob, or Sarcastic Venom. I've been speaking to like Rob for like years, but I still watch his videos. And, you know, he was talking about like how people in the YWC, how people who just do kind of like reviews and stuff are quite boring. And I mean, that's like, you know, that is what I do. But obviously he actually said, you know, if, you know, unless people make it entertaining, and he actually did mention me as one of the ones that are entertaining, which, thank you for saying that, you know, because I personally think my videos are boring. But, you know, yeah, obviously I don't get involved in drama. Like, you know, a lot of people say either, you know, you've got to be all like getting into the drama side of stuff, and I'm just not that kind of person, you know. It's really not in me to be like horrible or like make fun of people or send insults, because I'm just not like that kind of person. But then again, like I said before, I don't take myself really seriously. There's a lot of people on here that, you know, get like really like angry if anybody like, you know, disagrees with them. If you disagree with my point of view, you know, that's fair enough. I don't care. You know, obviously if you're just gonna like insult me and say that what I think is stupid, then there's a bit of a difference. But if you have a different viewpoint and you can explain yourself or whatever, then that's absolutely fine. Like, I had a whole group of people, like, a few videos back, I don't know if any of you saw it, like, it was my video, like, when I said, oh, you know, Beth Phoenix should win. I think it's the one where I titled it, like, oh, Beth to win on Sunday, or else I'll riot, or something like that. And, you know, and they were all having a go at me, saying, oh, you know, you have no right to, you know, say bad things about Kelly and stuff. And I was like, I'm not saying bad things about her, I just wanted Beth Phoenix to win. And they were like, oh, well, you can't comment because you're ugly. And I was like, what? Since when does, you know, what a person's appearance, you know, like, you know, so yeah, since when does someone's appearance affect, you know, their views and, like, what they can say? That's, like, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. But this has kind of gone on to, like, a really massive kind of, like, tangent. So what the main kind of thing that I wanted to ask you guys was, like, when you're watching, like, wrestling, like, reviews, or, like, you know, people who talk about wrestling on YouTube, what do you look for? Like, what actually keeps you kind of, like, hooked? Do you want them to, you know, like, just talk about wrestling, or do you think they have to, like, kind of, you know, like, interact with, like, other YouTube reviewers, or, like, have, like, you know, arguments and, like, drama and stuff? Or are you happy just, you know, to listen to, like, what their viewpoints are? Because, you know, like me, like I say, I do, you know, mainly it's literally just wrestling reviews, but obviously I give my opinions, you know, like, of what's happened. I don't literally just sit there and say, this happened, this happened, this happened. I'll say what I think is good or bad about it and where I think they should go with stuff. Because I had someone commented on my video a few videos back, I don't know who it was, he'd never commented on my videos before, and said, you talk too much, you should just say what happens and not what you think about it. I was like, well, that's not a review then, is it? That's literally just listing what everybody knows already, and what would be the point in that? But, you know, so this kind of whole, like, extra, like, ramble that I just added on the end is basically, I'm just wanting to know what you guys find interesting about, like, wrestling videos, and, like, is there anything that I can improve on? Because, you know, like, obviously, like, I've got you guys, a lot of you have, like, stuck with me, like, or you've always watched my videos, and I would think that, you know, if my videos were that bad, then you wouldn't, like, keep watching them and stuff. And this isn't a video where I'm trying to get loads of praise and for you guys to say that you really like my videos. It's not. I'm just interested because after watching, like, Rob's video and hearing, like, what he thought about what makes a good video, I'm just interested to know, like, what you guys think. Yeah. Anyway, so that was that. But yeah, I'm actually going to go now because I need to go and have my lunch because I'm absolutely starving. But like I said, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you guys thought about Raw, what, you know, how you think it's going to go at, like, Survivor Series, like, do you think the build is going to get better? You know, and just start, like, saying about, like, anything really, and I'll also, yeah, just add to that about what you find interesting about my reviews and, like, what you look for in other people's reviews, and if there's anything that I can do better. Because obviously I like to know, you know, you guys are the people, you know, I do these videos for you guys, so you guys need to tell me if there's things that I need to improve or whatever. But just don't say slow down, because I really can't. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!